I just created this website using CSS Flexbox. Let me show you how. Alright, to get started, we need a div. We're gonna call this hero, okay? And then the hero will have a div with the content, okay? And then we're going to have the heading. I'm going to say build websites like a pro, okay? And then here we're gonna have a paragraph, and then we're gonna have like maybe 15 words, okay? So this is the content, and then here we're going to have the image. Here we have our image right here. So let's just say hero.png, okay? Cool. So now let's start this with the live server. So now it's opening up like this, right? You see, no styles, nothing. Let's add few stuff here in the content. Let's add dot buttons here, and then it's gonna be just a link, and then here gonna say book a meeting or a join the master class. Okay, right, cool. Maybe like that, okay? Book a meeting or join the master class. Cool. So now if we look at this, you can see this is our website. No styles, nothing. So the first thing we want to target the hero, okay? So our styles are already linked. So put a star first, say box sizing, border box, and then padding 0 and margin 0, just to reset everything. You can see now everything is starting from the corner. Okay, cool. So we are going to start with a hero section. So I'm going to say dot hero. So this is where the layers comes in. So you can say display, then you say flex, okay? Already when you're looking at the things, okay, and then let's target the image as well. Gonna say dot hero, then you're targeting the image, gonna say width 50%, right? Okay, there we go. So now we have the content on the left and the items on the right. So another thing we can do to, let's just make the body background black, and then let's just adjust our black to be more like this and make the color white, okay? Just so that we have our theme already in place. Okay, we can also change the font family to Arial. Okay, cool, much better, just like that. So if we were to say the hero section is have the background of like maybe black, you can now see that your hero section is taking all the space, because by default it's 100%. So it's a standard to give it a maximum width of 1200 pixels. You see now it's just only taking the space that's his, and this is more user friendly. And then you can just say margin 0 auto. So this will put the automatic margin on the left and the right. Now let's go back to the Flexbox, okay? Now here you can say align item center. So this will align items on the center of your screen. Okay, cool. And now you can see that this is already starting to look good. And then here, maybe we can play around with our heading and make it big, then style our buttons. We can remove this background here. And then let's say dot content and h1. Let's say font size is equal to 44 pixels and font weight is equal to 900. Okay, another thing you can do here, you can say gap, maybe let's just say 40 pixels on a PC. Okay, yeah, now this looks pro. Now let's just style our buttons. Okay, so we can just say all the buttons in the website, we want them to have a background of white and the color of black, and then we want them to have a padding of like 20 pixels. Okay, let's check it out. You can see now they are looking good. So we can also give them the text decoration of none. There we go. Remember the buttons as well, right? They have the class buttons. So we can come to our styles and say these links must be within buttons, and then we can style buttons here and say display flex and say gap 12 pixel, margin top 14 pixels, just for the spacing on top. Then if you save, now you can see that your website is looking quite good. So now we can just make one of these permalink. So that way we can just say we can go there, give this one a class of primary, and then here you can say primary and say background blue. Then you can take your mouse and put it over there, and then adjust your blue to be the blue that you want. That's it. Okay, it's not changing the color. Let's just make sure that we also specify where this button is, because there we go, book a meeting, and we can just say color white. Okay, all the links, they can have the font weight of 700 to make them bold. There we go. So now we've created your website nice and easy.